Hello and welcome back to Come Geek Some. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for all future content. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Jamie Marchi TCPA, motion to dismiss. And I must admit, the way it actually opens up is a hell of a lot better than Ronald Toye III and Monica Rial. So, going through all this, obviously we have the normal part, summary of motion stuff, but just the summary of motion first. Plaintiff's lawsuit is an unabashed ploy to quiet his victims, and is the precise scenario the Texas legislature sought to prevent when it enacted the Texas Citizens Participation Act in 2011. And as established below, plaintiff's legal action must be dismissed because A. Jamie's complaint of statements are protected by her constitutional rights of free speech and association. So first of all, with that, she's just saying that everything she says, she can say whatever she wants because of free speech. Okay, fair enough. I understand that, yeah. B. Plaintiff is a public figure. There we go. That's what they all seem to be saying. C. Because plaintiff cannot put forth clear and specific evidence of each element of each of his claims against Jamie. So for that one by there, where she says, puts forth clear and specific evidence of each element, okay? We'll come back to that in a moment. But she goes on, Jamie therefore asks for the court to dismiss plaintiff's claims against her in accordance with the Texas Citizen Participation Act and to award her attorney's fees, costs and sanctions to send a message to abusers across Texas that they cannot use the Texas judicial system to intimidate their victims into silence. Now, this is where it gets a little bit overwhelming. So, if you remember, in Vic's deposition, he actually said that one day he saw Jamie in the lobby, he went over and gave her a hug. And obviously, Monica's like, oh no, they frown upon that now. But obviously we've had Jamie say, as far back as February, I believe, that, she still hugs people and all this kind of stuff. So, number 4 is where it kicks off for me, okay? Remember, she said before, Vic cannot specify certain or specific elements or whatever, okay? So, Jamie, in approximately 2011, she worked as a voice actor. Yep, she was their headquarters, waiting in the lobby when Vic Mignogna approached her. Considering that they knew each other, or at least Jamie thought she knew the plaintiff, and that is common greeting among creators in the industry, she gave Vic a hug, okay? And this is where Jamie said that he grabbed her hair, pulled it back, and all this kind of stuff. And this is where it is now. Plaintiff then pressed his lips to her ear and whispered something sexual to her. Jamie doesn't remember the specific words plaintiff spewed at her that day, but she very much recalls the way she felt violated, out of control, and intimidated. So, with that there, in my eyes, if something like this happened, she's got all these little details, and I mean, she literally said, where she was, which the building it was in, what Vic done, what she done. Vic mentioned about her hair. She has very specific details there, but she cannot remember the words that he said to her. Which again, if she's saying, obviously, she very much feels violated and all this because they were sexual, she would remember those words more than anything, and just with this here, it just says up here, in the summary of motion, plaintiff cannot put forth clear and specific evidence. Well, nor can Jamie. All Jamie said was, he said something to me. Well, okay, we only have your words saying that it was sexual, but again, a lot of this stuff straight away off the bat has been debunked by Vic. So a lot of these things that are coming out now, and for some unknown reason, they like to put it as number 1 or number 2 on the list. And with this, because Vic did recall in his deposition, he saw Jamie and he gave her a hug in the lobby. And, of all this sort of thing did happen, obviously it's in a lobby, it's the public part of the building. Everyone's in there. So, do they have any witnesses for this part? This is what I would like to know. And she carries on herself, saying, considering that plaintiff was one of the most voice actors on the convention circuit, Jamie felt that nobody would even believe her if she told his story, let alone have her career survive. So now she thinks that she can do it. That's the sort of thing. But I still don't seem to understand why none of these people went to the police. And, and again, a lot in the Monica and Ron TCPA, they say that these conventions have had, reports and everything else, and these people have come out from the reports who do, the organisers, and they said, nope, we haven't got any of that, don't know what they're talking about, But I say, number 5, rumours about Plaintiff have swirled in anime circles for years before Jamie's 2011 encounter. So much that Plaintiff held a rumour panel at an anime convention years ago to address the various rumours plaguing him for much of his career. At the beginning of 2019, Vic's victims started speaking out about him and what he had wrought upon them. Seeing the hatred and shame Plaintiff's followers attempted to hurl the Plaintiff's victims online, Jamie could no longer stay silent. If I remember correctly, she was one of the first people there. And it's really, really funny, I must admit now, because here we go. Here we got Jamie bravely told the true story of her encounter on Twitter on February 8th. Several years ago, I was in the lobby of my job and I was approached by a co-worker. This guy gave me the creeps already. See? Even though she says above at this exact same scenario, well, I thought I knew him. I thought he was my friend. So straight away, she's even... Oh my God, literally, Jamie, come on. She's literally saying different things in her own bloody TCPA about it. I didn't say anything to him about it, though. It was just his fingers in my hair. I didn't think it was a big deal. At that point, he splayed his fingers, put his hand in the base of my skull and made a fist. When he did this, he grabbed hair close to the root, effectively preventing me from moving my head at all. He then jerked his fist, yanking my head backwards and towards him, and whispered something in my ear. See, here we go. I don't remember what he said specifically, but I do remember being sexual in nature. So basically, her lawyer has just taken what she said there and put it in the TCPA. That is it. And it's going to be great to see how all this runs out now, because again, the full text of Jamie's statement is attached here, Exhibit A1. The public response to Jamie's statement, like many other plaintiff's victims, has been of this. On the one hand, that's where it should be. Come on, Mr. Lawyer. Other plaintiff's victims, Jamie's fans and friends, and supporters of women's right to be free from control or invasion by others have all been outspoken in their support of Jamie and her strength and courage. Okay, we got by there, the plaintiff's supporters, yep. March 8th, Jamie received from plaintiff a demand that she preserve all electronically stored. Yep, we know about that. Many of the statements complained of by Vic in his April 12th, 2019 takedown letter to Jamie neither refer to Vic nor contain any statements of fact nor even rise to the level of actionable publication. But it's very funny because a lot of the stuff in this, again, this should have come out a while ago. It shouldn't have come out now because, well, a lot of this now has already been done. I really don't see why they keep doing it like this, but a lot of people do think that it is just to waste time and everything else. So I'm looking down by here now, we're going through page 12. Yeah, Jamie exercising her rights of association. Plaintiff cannot provide clear and specific evidence for each essential element of his claims against Jamie. He's going through a lot of stuff here about some of the things that he said in his deposition. Request for attorney's fees and sanctions. So we got that there, statement of discovery and the conclusion. Gone are the days when aggressors could intimidate their victims into silence. Of the various rights afforded under the Constitution, the rights of free speech and association are certainly the dearest. And despite this, Oxford, come on, you shouldn't put "and" after a full stop. Plaintiff has seen fit to bully his victims by his abuse of this court's jurisdiction. When the Texas legislature adopted the TCPA, it was precisely with legal actions such as Vic's in mind, stopping them in particular. So, yeah, she's basically saying, I want this to be thrown out and I want my fees paid for. That is it. And what we have in here, we have the declaration of Jamie Marchi, obviously who she is, what she does, and everything else. Since telling the truth about what Vic did to me, I've been harassed, threatened, and lambasted by an army of in-person and online trolls at plaintiffs and his attorney's bidding. No, it's not. See, they don't seem to bring up Kick Vic at all. Whatever the Kick Vic have done. Again, a lot of these people who are on I Stand With Vic, they don't really get involved with these people. They just ask them questions and then all of a sudden they get hurled abuse at and they're blocked by Jimmy Marchi, Monica Rial, Ron Toya, all these people then just decide to block them. But then we find out that they're just literally on Twitter running their mouths, thinking because they said something about someone that they deserve it. But it's not, And, they're trying to paint Vic and Vic's fans and people on I Stand With Vic as trolls. But we're just asking for evidence. These people don't seem to realise that. And I'm pretty sure it's people on the Kick Vic side who have been sending death threats to people as well. So, they faked a lot of stuff. This is why a lot of people don't seem to believe Jamie, Monica and everyone else. Because they faked doxing. They've used photographs which don't belong to anyone on their side. They put stories to them. And then the person who is in that photo says, "That's my photo. That never happened." When you got things like that, that just goes to show you that these people will do anything just to get a bit of sympathy and to make themselves feel better, And again, it is actually, I'm just going down by here, it just seems to be roughly about 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 22 pages. Her TCPA motion to dismiss is. But then you got all the exhibits then, so you got all the letters, Vic's deposition. And again, there's literally nothing in it. It's just all the stuff that's been out before. And again, her lawyer actually seems to be doing a little bit more of a better job than Monica Rial and Ronald Toyes. And, I'm pretty sure that this will probably get thrown out against Jamie. And Funimation will probably get thrown out. I really do think that. And the only one that will be going to court, I think, is the Monica Rial and Ron Toye one. They're the ones I think will probably end up in court. Because all the things that has happened, Ron Toye has said there's over 100 people. He's got all this evidence. He's the one who keeps going on and on. Fair enough, Jamie Marshall, she has threatened Vic basically online. And people didn't see what's wrong with it on her side. It's like, she's threatened people here. And you think that's normal. But again, that's what people on her side do. If you have a difference of opinion, or if you think wrong to them, or, what, I'm going to wait and see if we do have any evidence against Vic, that sort of thing. But then they're like, "Oh, how dare you don't stick up for me because I said so." And, then they try and get rid of them. They try and deplatform them. Again, there's certain people on Kick Vic that they're only on there just to get the name out there, and that is mostly obviously like Renfamous, Marsbar. I'm going to call her Marsbar, not fucking the other one, because that's where she is. She is a Marsbar. And, SCW Spider-Man, all these people, they're only doing it because they want to be in the latest thingy gate, or whatever's going on, Comics Gate, Anime Gate, Vic Gate, whatever you want to call it, That's all they want to be. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see you lovely people soon.